The day had finally arrived, our trip to Glacier National Park. Here we are at our campsite in Lincoln, Montana, and we travel from Lincoln to St. Mary, Montana, and the east entrance of Glacier National Park, and stayed at Heart of Glacier RV parks and cabins there in St. Mary. And although this is a glorified parking lot, it is close to the east entrance of Glacier National Park. And the reason I chose the east entrance of Glacier National Park, we could drive going to the Sun Road and have the wall of the mountain on the right side or the passenger side of the vehicle. And also it's very close to the horseback riding we were going to do in Glacier. In the meantime, roll the intro. Hello and welcome to the Seymour Rosie channel. My name is Dave and this is my wife Vickie, and we started our RV adventures in 2020. 2023 and 2025 we went to Alaska. But in 2026 we're traveling to Idaho to visit our grandson and to look around the Gem State and also Big Sky country of Montana. Welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoy the videos. Going to the Sun Road, Glacier National Park. We've tried to get here years ago and circumstances prevented it, but we made it here in 2026. Scenery is spectacular, but unfortunately there's a lot of smoke and not able to see the mountains clearly this morning. It's 8:10 in the morning. We'll see whether or not we were smart enough or not. Logan Pass has a 3-hour parking limit. The forest ranger told me at the visitor center yesterday that it fills up at 7 in the morning. So our hope is that some of those people that get there at 7 have to leave before 10 and we're able to get a parking spot at Logan Pass. St. Mary Lake. For some reason.
Right there on the road, it's a fox.
Hi, buddy. If you remember earlier in the video, I told you about my strategy in Logan Pass Visitor Center. Well, it worked and it didn't work. We got there and in 1 hour. I thought it might take us 2 hours. But after driving around 5 to 10 minutes, we did find a place to park. And then we also discovered that the little critters in and around Logan Pass, in fact, the whole park, are very used to visitors. And some of the little critters around the park don't like us being there, as this guy. And the chirping you're hearing is him telling us to leave. Another hint about driving going to the Sun Road: if you can fold your mirrors in, you ought to fold them in. Notice how close I get to that other mirror. A camper at the campground that we stayed at, he did not have his folded in, and he did hit the mirror of a truck going the other way. So the people on the cliffside, if you'll notice, seem to hug that yellow line. Some of them even creep a little bit over. I understand why, but I was as far to the right for fear of hitting the mirror on the rocks on the right side of the vehicle. As we travel down, I'm going to read off a plaque that tells about the name Going to the Sun Road, where it came from. It said the road's name was taken from Going to the Sun Mountain, one of the peaks it winds around. The origin of that name is unclear. Some sources attribute it to a story about Nappy, a familiar protagonist of many Blackfeet tales who came from the mountain to help the Blackfeet people and then left to return to the sun. James Wolford Schultz, a writer from the area, claimed that he and his Blackfoot companion, tall fellows coming in sight over the hill, originated the name during a hunting trip in 1887. Whatever its true origins, it's hard to imagine a more apt name for such a road. We pulled off the road here at Paradise Meadow, and after a little bit that white truck had moved, this doe come walking down over the mountain in front of where the white truck was, and walked down in the parking lot and walked right by Rosie, and I was able to take these pictures of her as I'm standing on one side of the truck and she's on the other, and it was just an awesome thing to see. And then Vickie and I took a selfie alongside the road and headed back down the highway. The day after we drove Going to the Sun Road, we had a reservation to go horseback riding with Swan Mountain Outfitters, and it was at the Manny Glacier Hotel. And the only problem we had was finding a parking spot. We drove around about 20 to 30 minutes, and at the last second I was ready to give up. a spot opened up and I was able to get a parking spot, and we had a very good time on our 1 hour horseback riding out through the mountains there at Glacier National Park. We got done with a horseback riding lesson early in the afternoon, and after we got back to the trailer and got something to eat, we decided to take a drive that evening. And we came across a spot with a sow grizz and 2 cubs walking down through, I'd call it a meadow or a field, and I got some pictures of her, and it was just real topping to our stay there at Glacier National Park. Thoroughly enjoyed the park, recommend it to anyone. Going to the Sun Road Highway is just a unique experience, as well as seeing wildlife in the wild like we did. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate if you give me a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button and notification bell. We'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.